guys, I am fired up again for all these D23 stories. Fascinating developments for Avatar and Monsters, Inc. More hype than I've ever been for Doomsday. Plus the park is dead again. This is our State of DCA report, and Liz for that matter. This is Fresh Baked. This one's gonna get good, Fresh Baked. Buckle up. We're here on a Monday afternoon, 11:15 at DCA down Buena Vista Street on a very warm 81-degree day where they are definitely ready for Halloween. Halloween is present here up and down Buena Vista Street and in all the connecting lands. The only thing that I've found so far that is not Halloween is Mickey's 70th outfit. Everything else is gone. The 70th is gone completely except for Mickey's outfit. That'll stay until the last minute. And welcome, guys. Welcome to our State of DCA report. For those of you new to the show and new to the format, we're going to take a complete tour around this park. We're going to go to every land. We're going to go to every attraction. And we're going to talk about everything that is news or new and newsworthy. Specifically today, obviously, will be our reactions and our observations relative to the announcements made at D23 and the Parks panel on Saturday night, which was considerable. Well, I should say it wasn't considerable, but the effects of those reveals will be considerable, especially in the short term. There's a lot to talk about, and it's going to start right here at Hollywood Boulevard and Hollywood Backlot in just a second. For now, we're going to take a quick tour around Carthay. There's Mickey and they're hanging on, man. They're just hanging on, but everywhere you look otherwise is definitely Halloween. More from Carthay. This horseman arrived on Friday. I'm really looking forward to, last Friday that is, but I'm looking forward to seeing this guy lit up this coming Friday. You know, the Halloween season starts this Friday. And I'm gonna be here touring both parks, so stay tuned for that. We always do a big two-park tour of everything that's available on the first day of the Halloween season. We'll be going. I'm back, of course, yes. See you, Molly. Yeah, the rides, the shows, the decorations, the food. It's gonna be a good time. But for now, we're gonna head down Hollywood Boulevard, where I am seeing something of a light crowd today. Look at that. Do you see? So few people, and you know, I saw this also, although I didn't get any video, the Toy Story parking lot was light today, considerably lighter than we found it last week when we were doing our State of Disneyland report at the same time. We arrived at the same time, but it was maybe a fifth of the crowds. So this is something. Interesting start to our, the crowds have been picking up. It's gotten considerably busy here in the parks the last 3 or 4 weeks, but not today. Perhaps they're all waiting for that Friday. They want to save up their reservation, save up, their time spent in the park for that Friday. They want to make sure they're here. I tell you what, locals, Disneyland locals, do love their first day of whatever. Anything first day, they are down. So I do still think we're going to have a big pop, a big showing here on Friday, but today is not going to happen. Let's get this conversation started, though. Let's get this conversation regarding D23 and what they said or didn't say about Avatar. Hi, guys. We're going to start with some of the observations that we made while we were there. We get to look at part of the model. And in that model for the Avatar property, they included a monorail. And that's really what the discussion was mostly about. It wasn't, because we've seen that art before. We've seen that model. So, well, we've seen it in concept art. So nothing new was revealed there. Basically, it was just the next iteration, but went from concept art to model, same exact thing. But the concept art did not include a monorail, whereas the model did. And we were trying to place where that monorail was on the model, and then where the entrance might be, or where we are, let's say, even right now. And I would say that I'm probably standing right about where those people were in that image, or in that, that there's a walkway and there's some guests walking across, looking out over into the water and up into the sort of, it looks almost like a carcass, like a dinosaur carcass, like a graveyard, but but right here, what I'm looking, there's those curved things. I feel like I'm looking right at it where I'm standing now. And then the monorail would be coming from, well, I mean, obviously it is coming from, but in that image, the monorail is around that corner. This stretch runs through the back lot, obviously, but it's running in front of what we see in that model. So where I'm standing now is more of the approach, the entrance to the land. Well, I don't know about entrance maybe, because I'm not even sure if it's going to enter there, but almost all of the land that's going to exist is going to exist on the other side of these monorail tracks. The attraction and most everything else is on the other side of those tracks. And that makes sense because they were, we had heard in the past that they were going to, destroy certain buildings here. There goes that monorail. But that others were going to stay, like this building right here, not being destroyed. This space right here, the Imagination or Imagination Campus stage, this is staying, right? They're not getting, so we're not technically even in Avatar at this point. This is staying. That building over there, though, the what is that, stage, I always forget, stage 12? That I do believe is going, as well as the water tower. So that's where I put it. I put the monorail, it's in that model, right about where that the water tower is. Let's go take a look. So most likely stage 12 is gone. And if we kind of head towards the rear of this space, we can't go back here. It's not backstage technically, but that water tower right there, see where it's curving a little bit right there? That's where I'm putting the monorail. It's just about maybe to where those trees are. Not as close as we are now. Maybe as far back as those trees. And you can see the curvature in the track there, and then it starts to straighten out as it comes around the front. But everything is going to be behind this track, almost everything, like 80% of it, and in the entire ride, all of the ride. Not rides, because it almost certainly seems to be the case at this point that that it's going to be just the one ride, a boat ride, something like Shanghai. That seems to be the general consensus. Nothing has been confirmed by Disney, of course, but almost everybody agrees Shanghai. Even the boat looks like a Shanghai boat. Had said that I was confused by the model, because the model was only about half of the space that's revealed in the concept art, and there was a whole nother landmass to the left of the space that was featured in the model, and I couldn't figure out what that was, but somebody mentioned in comments, and it makes perfect sense. It's nothing. The landmass to the left of the attraction show building is at best queue, but most likely just facade for the PhilharMagic building. It's just going to cover that up so that it hides that building. PhilharMagic is not going also. PhilharMagic is staying as part, because that starts to shrink. The available size for what they're going to build here. Yeah, just the one ride and probably one restaurant, maybe. Because here's the thing. Well, in our predictions, we said if they don't mention Avatar, if Avatar doesn't come up during the parks panel, that's a bad sign for the future of Avatar as a land here at DCA. But then we found, okay, they got a model, so that must mean that they're doing something, that they've got plans for Avatar. They wouldn't bring out the model if they weren't going to do anything, right? Except they didn't say anything at the parks panel. They didn't say anything. I think they mentioned the word Avatar, but there was no conversation about timelines or plans or concept art, ride vehicles, ride types, anything. They didn't say anything. Shocking in its omission, I have to say. And even more interesting on that note is that the next day it was revealed that this Monsters Inc. is probably not going to be, it was supposed to be closed in January, February of this year. They said, no, we're going to put it off until 2007 or 27. Now it sounds like it's indefinite. This guy's going to be here for a while because they bumped Avatar. Guys, they're putting Tomorrowland ahead of Avatar. Avatar just got put on the back burner. So I feel like, and this is something that Liz and I discussed on our last visit, our last D23 day, they're not committed. They are, and this whole process has screamed lack of conviction, because they were talking about this. Iger said something about Avatar, what, like 4 years ago? Something like that. It's got to be like 3 or 4 years at least. And since then, we've only got is like 3 pieces of concept art and then the model. There's total lack of conviction. And we did a video not long ago. I said, I don't think it's going to happen. For a variety of reasons, most notably of which is that I think that everybody's over the Avatar movies. Not that that should stop anything. It's not like people watch Snow White every day, or Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Indiana Jones. It's not like, well, I still watch Indiana Jones every day. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just because people aren't watching or into the Avatar doesn't mean it's not a lasting IP. But maybe it isn't. James Cameron's over it. I said John Carpenter. James Cameron's over it. He said, I'm done. At least it sounds like that. So they put it on the back burner until they're not convicted. They do not have conviction. Now they do suddenly have conviction with Tomorrowland. So that's a thing. That's another conversation for another day, but I wanted to put those thoughts out there. In spite of the fact, I was really encouraged when I arrived at D23 and saw that model. I said, okay, it's happening. In spite of that, I am now back on the it's not happening bandwagon. I don't think Avatar's going to happen, at least not here. I don't think it's going to happen here. I think they're still trying to figure it out. Now, having said all that, we got recon to do. Monsters, Inc. has got another stay of execution. Let's go check out the queue there. Our initial observations are accurate. We should see a short wait time. And indeed, it is posted just 30 minutes. That is short for Monsters, Inc. That is definitely short. This time of day, we usually see about a 45-minute wait and a long-ass line here for Lightning Lane, of which there is none.
Our taxi cab service is scheduled to depart on time. If you're joining us in the standby queue, your wait time is averaging 35 minutes, and as always, subject to change.
She just said 35, not 30. That's a pretty healthy queue. For 30 minutes, this is not a 30-minute queue. They will definitely be bumping this up, and it sounds like they already have. They're basically using the entirety. The stretch that we're in right now, you could fill up the last planter, and usually that's the sign of a busy day is when they get all the way to the last planter. So that 30 minutes, I would even say they might even bump this to 40. So this is a pretty typical queue here. No breaks today, no breaks so far. In spite of the light crowds that we saw on Buena Vista Street and on Hollywood Boulevard, it does so far seem at least regular busy, not busy, but regular busy. I make that distinction because a lot of times I hear people and they're like, David, I was there at the park and you're saying it's dead, but it was busy. It was packed. There was people everywhere, and there's levels, right? So there's a minimum. There's completely dead, which we never get, like you see sometimes at Knott's Berry Farm or something like that. Completely dead. Recent visits to Universal Studios where you walk onto everything. It's never like that here at Disneyland. There's never that point where you're like, you could walk onto every single ride. We never get that. So there's levels. So what's dead for Disney is different than what people might imagine dead to be. Just even, crowds like this, they would say, oh my God, it was bonkers. This still, I'm just looking at the density here. This ain't bad. It's not bad. You guys notice? Looks like they're just about all set up for Oogie Boogie. We'll see some more of this along the way as we make our way around the park. But that's the Roger Rabbit meet and greet right there. Weird. It feels weird to observe that and have visions and memories of the treat trails and the parades and everything else that happens during the Boogie Boogie. And I'm not going to be here this year. So far, I have resisted the temptation. We're taking a year off, and I'm definitely experiencing FOMO. I'm having that FOMO. Leota's swinging wake. I'm kind of curious about that. I like the treat trails. Treat trails are fun. Wanted to see what Yzma's like, but I don't know if that's enough to really move the needle on me getting here this year. I don't know if this is like a permanent situation because I've done every Oogie Boogie there's ever been, and multiple times, several years. But it's the same show, and so it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna not. I think this year I'm just gonna not and see what happens. But the more that we get, the closer we get to the season, the more I see Oogie Boogie set up here, I'm like, man, I'm gonna, because I've been watching old playback and I'm having so much fun while I was doing it. So I don't know, we'll see. Next stop is Mission Breakout. You can see Alpha just opened its doors, and I don't see any sort of energy here out in front of Mission Breakout. And it is hot, and it's going to be another scorcher today. It's going to be like almost 90. I think it's 82 right now, and it feels hotter than that actually. But there's no, it looks like they're kind of ready for big crowds, but you don't see anybody here. Here, let's go back this way. You don't really see anybody in the back half of this queue, which is an interesting sign. That's a go right there. If I see that, I'm going. So I would expect to find something like a 40-minute wait on the board. Let's see what they got posted. Not 40, but 45, but that's still pretty good, man. There it is, 45 minutes. But yeah, if you're looking to ride Mission Breakout, this is probably as good an opportunity as you'll find today. And then soon, oh my gosh, you guys, they do Monsters After Dark here. Going to start on Friday also. I don't know if we're going to have, maybe we have time to ride that, I don't know, but Monsters After Dark starts on Friday. They turn this into a Halloween themed drop. It's the best version. Between Tower of Terror, Mission Breakout, and Monsters After Dark is the best version of this ride. Looks like they're getting ready for the Dora Milaje here as we approach or enter Avengers Campus proper. I say that because I still feel like Mission Breakout's part of Hollywood. I can't help it. Tower of Terror was Hollywood, but now suddenly it's Avengers Campus. I can't get around that in my head. We did get there's news, I guess. You know what? I saw the Doomsday, the sneak peek. I don't know if it wasn't a trailer. It was sort of a like a clip. Or I guess it was a trailer, and it was pretty good, you guys. I've been outspoken about my fear or worry that the MCU is kind of fading, but I mean Star Wars. Star Wars. That's the one that's fading. But Spider-Man was pretty amazing. I really enjoyed Spider-Man much better than the previous efforts, and I was kind of hyped over that Doomsday trailer. It's a narrower group of. I mean, the cast is huge, but it's really Fantastic Four and X-Men, old X-Men, right? They're gonna retire the old X. Ooh, what if they all die? Because we heard there's part of the D23 presentation on Friday was they announced most of the key casts for the new X-Men, but they're putting the old X-Men, the original X-Men, Patrick Stewart, and what's his face, and anyway, those X-Men are going to be in Doomsday. So what if they're killing those guys off? I wonder, so that they can bring in the new X-Men, perhaps. But then again, it's a reboot because it's the same characters, just different actors and younger. The old X-Men are like 70 years old now. Anyway, that Doomsday trailer had me kind of hyped. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic about, this land and that attraction. We got kind of a peek at some of the features that you're going to see in there. That's kind of interesting. We saw Thor's hammer, a giant Thor's hammer, which I'm sure is, Ant-Man probably threw one of those things at it. So there's one thing we know is going to be in there as a super, super big Thor's hammer and a couple other elements. So there's going to be a lot of practical sets by my estimation in that ride based on what we saw in that clip. So that looks pretty cool. They had a model for this space as well. Only problem with that model is that it showed only Stark Flight Lab. It didn't show the Avengers Infinity Defense attraction. The model had this, the Avengers headquarters and the reserve, the gift shop here, and then it showed the actual attraction for Stark Flight Lab right about there, right? It showed that, but there was no building, there was nothing in that direction. They did show the buildings that are behind Stark Flight Lab, but those I think are just extensions of the Infinity Defense, but it's not the actual show building or the facade, not shown. But I am more excited, more optimistic for all of this, for the MCU, for Infinity Defense, and for the MCU in general. More excited. How's it going? More excited, or I should say, more optimistic. And I can't believe I'm saying it. More optimistic than I am about Star Wars. I really don't know if they know what they're doing with Star Wars right now. I feel like they're kind of struggling and trying to find their footing. And maybe it's because they invented, more or less, Disney did, the MCU. Spider-Man was around, it was a Sony thing, Hulk was a Sony thing, but starting with Iron Man, that's Disney. So that's their thing. So they know they're in charge of that. I don't know if they know, you know what I mean? I don't know if they know how to handle it, Star Wars at this point. I thought they would have no problem with it. But anyway, that's a conversation for another video, perhaps. Let's get into some more recon. Right here at Web Slingers. Looks like a 35-minute wait, and that queue is backing it up. Now, we saw a monster queue here 2 weeks ago, didn't we? But this is light. I could get all the way back into the blue bullpen. That is unusual. That is definitely not a good sign as far as crowds go today. They're not here in this extended bullpen. I can just keep on walking. I can't remember the last time I was able to do this. Is that the paint's chipping? Yeah, the paint's chipping here. That's a shame. That's primer underneath there. That red, that's primer. That's not spider guts. But yeah, we can make it all the way, and they're not even using all of this. Another ghost situation. This is a 35-minute queue probably. You know, that kind of brings to mind one of the things that, you know, we were all excited that they mentioned Tomorrowland. Everybody was excited. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and they finally said it. But they didn't say a lot. They didn't say a lot. Matter of fact, all they said was new attractions, open spaces. That's pretty much all he said. It was a one paragraph. It was one paragraph. I think they're trying to get people excited. And it's kind of like with the Avatar announcement. They made that Avatar announcement way too soon because they weren't committed. They didn't have a plan. They've been trying to work on this Tomorrowland plan for a long time. So hopefully they do have that. Maybe they are convicted by now. Hi guys. Yeah. So my thinking is that
We're in the spider.
it's probably too early to get super hyped about what's going to happen. I think they're just trying to get people excited about going to Disneyland. They're just trying to get people excited about Disneyland. That Tomorrowland thing could be 10 years from now. It probably will be 10 years from now, to be honest. And it might even be just a reskin. I don't think they're going to be going, I don't think they're blowing that place up. I really don't. Matter of fact, I did see another follow-up that said it was going to be done in phases, in stages. They're going to do this thing, then they're going to do that thing. Hey, Spidey! He said hi to me. Spidey's so cool. He really is the best. I am definitely in the Spider-Man fan club. Anyway, I'm fanboying here a little bit. What was I saying? Yeah, so I think they're just trying to get people excited to come to Disneyland, period. I'm worried. So what does that tell you? If they're going to do it in pieces and phases, they're going to do a thing, they're going to finish it, and then they're going to start the next one. I'll be honest, I don't like the sound of that. I really don't. I feel like you just got to rip the Band-Aid. I don't like the sound of that. And it sounds like it's going to take forever. 2, it sounds like it's just a reskin. And D, it sounds like it's going to. It's not going to be the reimagining that we think it is. It's going to be kind of like San Francisco or something like that. Even though I love San Francisco, which takes us to Cars Land next. And look at that. The decorations are here. I don't know how much time we'll be spending on that because we're definitely going to be covering this on Friday, but it's the standard stuff. It's the usual stuff, the toothy cones and the tire eyes, the spider up on the chains there. I mean, it's pretty cool. News is that just everyday guests get to enjoy the Halloween decorations, not just Oogie Boogie. We're going to stop into Mater's. Ooh, that's another light queue, you guys. They're not even using any of those switchbacks back there. The guests are coming in and just making a quick left and right. That's 2 rotations, 3 rotations tops. They're calling it 5 minutes, which, by the way, is kind of surprising. I don't think I've ever seen a 5-minute queue really anywhere. You hardly ever see that. But let's see. Okay, so maybe that is just 2 rotations. That is 2 now. I was going to say, because you start here, the first rotation is right about there, and then whatever's left, you could maybe get both, all those guests in the 2 rotations. Not a good sign for crowds today. I keep thinking it's happening. Wow. Wow. I got to keep talking. I'm sorry. They're playing copyright music here, so I can't be silent for too long. But that is light. I mean, it looks a little busier, a little more hectic on the other side of the street, but still, man, that's something. I actually kind of called this. I'll be honest. I kind of called this last week during Stead Disneyland. I was saying I was expecting a busy day that day, and it was a little less busy than it was the year before. But then the week after that, or I should say 2 weeks after that, I did a Stead Disneyland report where I said huge crowds. Oh my gosh! And then the next report, why is it so empty? So this is not unexpected. This is typical. Well, I shouldn't say typical. It's just not unexpected. There is precedent. Let me tell you though, when I've been looking back at that archive footage from years past, 2017, 2018, oh boy, was it crowded. That was actually Halloween though, beginning of the season, so we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We'll see. Churros, 2 guests. Ice cream cones, 1 guest. Although these guys just got their ice cream. Con queso, no guests. None. Concoctions, 3 guests. And popcorn, none. I'm sensing a trend, Fresh Bake. I'm sensing a trend. Man, it is hot right here. I'm sensing a trend. But at the ordering kiosk, it's a little busier. There's a slight queue. They've got 2 cashiers. Split that in half. You're going to be placing your order in about 2 minutes. But there's a few guests here, but wow, kind of wild, man. What about flows? Hi, guys. I can already see the doors are open. There's nobody in. I can't even see a guest. I can't, guys. It is 12:21. It is peak time for lunch. Found them. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it is 12:20 something. 12:22. 8 guests. My goodness. It makes me wonder, like, what is going to be the situation at Radiator Springs? Like, that's going to be the real tell about how busy we are today. Not so much Flo's VA Cafe, right? They brought back the spider. I mean, that's the story here in Carsland. There's no news in terms of D23. The story here, obviously, is all the cool decorations that you get to enjoy while you're here, which I will repeat, we were definitely going to be doing that on Friday, enjoying a full tour of both parks and at night, which is the real key. I always do love the tire thing there. That's cool. That's cool. And the Druid pit stop guy. Look at that. Do you guys see? Do you see? Wow. Dude, that's another 5-minute wait. We saw a 5-minute wait at Mater's, and now a 5-minute wait at Luigi's? Could it be real? An actual 5-minute? Well, that means that's just basically 1 rotation, maybe 2. Okay, so there we go. They just sent a group in there now. There's nobody there. Oh my God, we're in the next boat. It's not even 2 I think we're in the next rotation. There's nobody over there. Wow. Ah! Surprise! It's the State of Liz report now.
We are on Luigi's. It was only a 5-minute wait.
We were confirmed in the next rotation. That wasn't even 5 minutes.
Not even. It was like literally a walk-on.
Yeah.
And it's already honk Halloween.
Yeah, do you hear that? They're doing the Halloween music already.
Yeah, I wanted to enjoy it, but it's bloody 8,000 degrees outside.
It is hot.
It's very hot.
It's going to be 89 on Halloween, the first day of Halloween. Here, the season here. I think they're doing that on purpose.
Just ours? No one else?
I think they turned it up to 11 on ours. I thought, God! Jesus Christ. Help me! I need a young priest and an old priest.
The power of Christ.
The power of Christ.
Go, Mom. What's that over?
Yeah, now it is. All right. So, Liz, you're going to stay with us until we get some dessert?
Yeah.
I think we're going to Ghirardelli's, guys.
Yay!
This guy, the Druid pit stop guy, just spoke. He said something in Latin, I think. Okay, let's go to Radiator Springs Racers. What are we guessing? I'm thinking it's going to be under an hour. Look, I mean, by the way, look at just almost completely empty here again. And we're at the busy end of things. The monster. Okay, so I always want to ask this question. You know what? I'm going to save that for our Halloween episode. There's a question, a mystery about that building when it's Halloween. 60. I called it. Nailed it. I figured 60 minutes or under, right? Is that what I said? Or did I say under 60? Meanwhile, though, there's still, the back of the queue is still here, but that must mean there's I don't see single rider. I don't see any single rider, any lightning lane. As standby goes for Radiator Springs Racers, this is not the worst thing I've ever seen. It is not busy today. San Francisco might be a square. I don't know if this is technically a square or not. How's it going? Anyway, not as busy. I'm already seeing a bunch of open tables, or just less density in general, although Baymax is drawing a crowd. There you go, I'd like to see that. It would be a hot wait right now for Baymax today. Another nominal wait here at Cocina. There's like 12 people in that queue. What a shocker. Guys, normally when we get here, all of this is full on most days when we get here. They're gonna wait 5 minutes to get their orders placed there. That's kind of surprising. Maybe fewer tables than I thought. It's starting to get a little more dense. It is now, what is it? 109 here. And do my eyes deceive me? Are there more people waiting at Lucky Fortune Cookery than we saw at Cocina? Or maybe roughly the same. It's about a dozen people right there. Kind of surprising. And look at all the people waiting to pick up food. Way to go using that mobile order, guys. Well done. Love seeing people use mobile order. Although I would rather they didn't. I'd rather it didn't exist. But since it exists, you do kind of have to use it if you really want to save time, because that's a great way to save time here. Speaking of mobile order, let's go check out. Oh my gosh. Wow. Fix the camera, Dave. There you go. The queue is almost out the door. When's the last time I don't understand. I have no sense of things now. This is completely baffling. 1,000 people in Cocina. More guests than Cocina at Lucky Fortune, and even more guests here at Aunt Cass. I don't even know what's real anymore. Which is what I said after Thomas Maslam said, Tomorrowland. It starts with Tomorrowland. I don't even know what's real anymore. And you guys remember 2 weeks ago, we stopped in here, I checked out Ghirardelli, and that's where I have brought my wife. What kind of dessert do you want?
I think I want the Ocean Blast.
Oh, what is that?
It's like best of both worlds. It's like both it's like chocolate and sea salt and caramel.
Well, I do love sea salt caramel. Where is it? There's Ocean Beach.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said Ocean Blast.
Oh, I meant Ocean Beach.
That sounds like something you'd get at Taco Bell.
Ocean Beach.
Okay, so Ocean Beach, let's go, let's get one. And that is, in fact, the Ocean Beach Sea Salt Caramel Sundae. I love sea salt. My favorite coffee is a sea salt caramel coffee.
85,
oh my God, it's so
yeah.
good. Yeah, at 85. Do you guys have 85 where you are? We have 85. It's amazing.
Yeah, bakery, yeah.
But you got to get there at lunchtime or something, or in the morning. You get there, we go in the evening a lot, and all the good treats are gone. Anyway, caramel sauce, vanilla ice cream, milk or dark chocolate, depending on what you choose. We got the dark chocolate hot fudge, whipped cream, sea salt, and one of our milk or dark chocolate sea salt caramel squares. That is this delightful looking thing. It's $20. $18 if you have an annual pass. $20. Of all the things that are overpriced at Disneyland, this might be the most overpriced thing.
Yes.
Because ice cream isn't particularly expensive.
No, it really shouldn't be. But it's Ghirardelli, and it's like a brand. Like if it was like a designer, it's a designer of ice cream.
But still, okay, so $16 then. Why is it 20?
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know if we can get this. Anyway, go ahead and get in there. I mean, it does feel dense. It does feel like there's a lot in there. Because it's not a very big cup. It looked kind of small, but it's like 4 pounds. This thing.
Fudge is amazing.
Oh man, I can't even get my spoon in there. That ice cream is very, very dense.
That's so good.
Horseshoe.
It's good, right?
Well, I love ice cream, so it's not hard to please me. Right?
Man, I wish I was gonna have ice cream.
I'm gonna get some of that sea salt up there.
Yeah, is it only just on top?
Yeah, well, that and then the square. So yeah, that's kind of a drag, is that you don't get the full sea salt experience.
Yeah.
Once you get rid of that top layer, it's no longer a thing.
Yeah, they should put like inside, like all over.
It should be like that thing that Rachel tried to make in Friends.
Oh, a trifle?
A trifle, yeah. Ice cream, syrup, a whole layer of sea salt, more ice cream, another layer of sea salt, syrup, whipped cream, another layer of sea salt. Good.
You know what? Take a couple bites of that and then have some ice cream. You get more sea salt.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to eat. What is that right there? It looks like an onion.
It's caramel, I think.
You see that?
It's gonna fall. Careful. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall.
You can't see it, can you? But it looks like an onion on the end.
There's no way we can even finish this. This isn't. I think I wonder if you can get minis for all of it. Oh no.
She's right. So $20 is a lot, but it's easily a two-man job. Although I'm kind of sick. I might be able to, no. Yeah, it could even be a three-man job.
But yeah, they have mini sizes, so I wonder if you can get any mini size with any flavor.
Or you can get a mini of this? Like,
I don't know, because I know they have mini sizes, so I wonder if it can be for any flavor.
no, why wouldn't it be? I know it was delicious.
It's very good. It's best of both worlds, like the chocolate, caramel, vanilla, sea salt.
I love all those words. Show them that. Look at this. I don't know if it's gonna. That chunk of hot fudge right there. Did you see that?
I never for sure
that's
like
almost that's just pure hot fudge.
It tastes so good.
Gotta mix that up a little bit.
Oh, I got some sea salt.
You got some?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky you.
It's delightful.
I've noticed that's become part of her regular vocabulary.
Delightful? Is it because you say delightful? Oh. Are you getting emotional?
I just think it's cute. Yeah. Delightful is one of my words.
I didn't even notice.
You never noticed yourself? You just started saying it naturally?
Yeah.
You say delightful a lot now.
We're having a moment. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, the $20 sea salt caramel sundae, it's tasty, obviously. In Ghirardelli's, I mean, it's good.
But ask
good.
me to get the mini if it's just you.
Or bring two friends and everybody brings $6 and you all chip in. You split the check. Ask them if they can split the check
expensive.
3 ways.
I know.
3 taps for, God, can you imagine?
Tap, tap, tap.
Just tap it in. All right, cheers, Fresh Bake. Well, I hope you enjoyed our State of Liz report. She has left for her other engagement over at the other park. She just stopped by to have some lunch with me. So that's the State of Liz. By the way, and we're in the middle of State of DCA for that matter. If you are noting a hint, hey, how are you? A hint of sort of a mellow, sedate commentary coming from Fresh Bake today. Know that that's because I am completely and totally exhausted. I've been going bell to bell. Now this is my 5th straight day, I think, since Wednesday. So yeah, that's 5 days. We're on Monday now. Since Wednesday, I've been going pretty much bell to bell. Not necessarily in the parks, but just making videos constantly. Usually I take some time off and at some point along the way. But with D23 and with Halloween and everything, I've just nonstop, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, perhaps, maybe finding some time off. But it's definitely been it's been a real stretch, and I am whooped, and I'm feeling it. But I could not have had more fun. I really, really enjoyed D23 this year, more than I remember enjoying it in years past. But for different reasons, I think, because the floor was a little less than it usually is. The panels, the parks panel was not quite as sexy as it usually is, at least for Disneyland. I mean, we did get the Tomorrowland news, but really, guys, I'm telling you, the Tomorrowland news was practically nothing. It was practically nothing. I mean, I'm excited that at least it's on their mind. I'm excited for that. I'm glad that they're thinking about it, but I do feel like they threw us a bone a little bit. That they're just want to get us excited, and I'm really afraid, as I usually am when it comes to these projects, that they're not going to really follow through. There's that, and the Avatar thing. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. And they didn't even mention it. Didn't even mention it, as I said before. They didn't even mention it in the panel. And that was like my number one thing. That was my number one thing. Will they mention Avatar? And even though we got the model, they didn't mention it. They're not excited about it. You know what I'm excited about? But you can guess. Yeah, that's right. Looking at tip boards. That's what I'm excited about. Science. Okay. Golden Zephyr closed. It's a little breezy out, so that makes sense. Goofy Sky School closed. We're off to a hot start. Grizzly River on 35. That's shocking that it's that low, considering how hot it is, which tells you that it's not busy today. Guardians is at 55. That's up a little bit from when we left it. And Credit Coaster closed. My goodness. If it weren't for the fact that we had D23 and Halloween stuff happening, that might be the lead story. 3 attractions closed on this tip board. Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, Walk On, Jesse's Walk On, Jumpin' Jellyfish Walk On, Little Mermaid. It says 20. Yeah, it's about that. Let's see. I see they're already calling it Honkin' Halloween. Luigi's is 10. We saw 5. Mater's 5. Goodness. Mike and Sully still 45 though. Looks like Radiator Springs Racers may have had a breakdown. There's no standby wait time, but it does look open. Soarin' 45, that's where it should be. Toy Story 35, that should be higher. That's light. Webs, what the? I don't know how to process that. Web Slingers is 95 minutes? I mean, it's not a situation like Millennium Falcon where there can be down a pod or two. Yeah, there's nothing like that at Web Slingers where they would cause maybe, partial capacity. They do have 2 rooms. They do have 2 pre-show rooms. That must be it. They must be down a pre-show. I've never seen that happen though before, where they would be down a whole pre-show. But that's it, 95 minutes. I can't think of a single reason why it would be that way. And there you go, take care. And it's so quiet out here at Paradise, I always forget, Cove? Is that what they call it? Let's go look at the sign. Park. Why do I always forget this? Paradise Park is not at all busy. Not at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 guests. There's another one way down there, 16, way down there. 16 guests at Paradise Park right now. Does that seem right? I don't know. I like to think I'm here a lot. I like to think I come by Paradise Park a lot. I know there's no attraction there or anything, so it's never full. But maybe it's just the heat for this on this section alone. It's not the heat for the whole park, although it's not pleasant to be in a lot of these queues, especially at DCA. DCA queues are not pleasant for the most part. I can't think of very many. Radiator Springs Racers is mildly pleasant, but they have misters there also. Oh, and part of it anyway, not the whole queue. And take care. That's it. Adorable Snowman, that should be doing bigger business right now too. I've seen that queue. Hi guys. You'll see that queue go all the way down to the Coco sign. It's just not happening. Oh wait, is the Credit Coaster back up? It's, I just heard dash, 100-yard dash. Oh wait, that's Flash, and that's the wrong movie. Dash, I heard Dash. So they are sending, they're cycling vehicles up there, but there's nobody in the, there are people, they're letting people in the queue now. I could see that. I could see the queue. That's fascinating. What an opportunity for these guests getting in there right now. This is how you do it, man. That's how you do it. You just roll up and get a walk-on-ish. That must feel like total victory for these guests right here, man. That's amazing. Yeah, there's the front of the queue right there. Going up the stairs, that's the front of the queue. Wow. I'm noticing too, by the way, There's 1, 2, 3. There's at least 3 cars on the tracks, right? Or 3 trains on the track right now. That's kind of amazing that they can do it. The Space Mountain, by the way, way more than that. You can't see it at night or in the dark, but it's just count. Like when you're in the load zone, count how many trains come through in the load zone in 2.5 minutes, or maybe 2 minutes. Because that's about how long it takes for a train to get around, right? So however many trains come through in a 2-minute stretch is how many trains are on the track at one time at Space Mountain. And that alone should tell you how much better Disney is at ops than other parks, because other parks, they'll run 1 train, sometimes 2, and that's it. Jesse's is a walk-on, of course. Another ghost town here. Wow, look at that. Guys, there are many times we walk through, we can barely negotiate this space where we're bumping shoulders with people. Look at that. You can't tell me that that's not, like, you don't see that? You can't see that? That's not busy. It's not busy. And the result is a 35-minute standby for Toy Story, but good luck with that right now, because look at that Lightning Link queue. Boy, what's going on there? That's fascinating. Hi, guys. That is one of the longest Lightning Link queues I have seen in quite a while. So these guys are not in good shape. That 35 minutes is going to quickly get up to 45, 50, maybe 60. Let's see, let's find the back of the queue. Okay, there we go. I wonder how long will it take for the back of the queue to get inside that building versus how long, right? We'll get all of this in there. Probably, in the next 5 or 6 minutes, they'll get all of that in there into the next section over there. There goes a whole chunk. They're gonna run this 15 to 5, 20 to 5, maybe 40 to 5. Wow. I don't know if you guys heard that because I've got my mic on, but he just said it's gonna be longer than you thought. Oh, look, oh my God, did I call it? Seriously, you guys, if you've ever doubted, if you're new to the show, and like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, he's just making stuff up, he's just saying stuff. He's just saying stuff. No, I do know what I'm talking about. I call it all the time. Every time I do this report, the State of DCA report, State of Disney report, I'm always calling it. I'm calling it constantly. Nobody knows cues like Fresh Baked knows cues. But when I saw that 35 when we were doing tip board, I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way. Okay, we got 20 minutes for non-swinging and 30 for swinging, which is probably accurate. I very much need to get down here and do some recon on this attraction. The 20 minutes looks about right. Oh my God, that is on fire. Okay, I just put my hand on that. That is on fire. Yeah, it looks like the back of the queue is somewhere around that corner right there, which is about 20 minutes. With that, we're back here in the construction zone behind Emotional Whirlwind for Coco. There was not a lot of news at Coco. All they showed us was the statue of Hector. It's Hector, right? Hector, that is going to be the center of the exterior queue. It's going to be like a little plaza situation. Emotional Whirlwind, 10 minutes. Don't even have to bother with that. Yeah, so that's it. They just showed us that the miniature statue of Hector there at the Imagineering Pavilion, and then nothing really much was mentioned. They didn't even give us a date range. I think there might have been some new, no, I don't remember seeing any new concept art now that I think about it. Did not see any new concept art, so we don't have anything news. But we do know that it's going to be finished second. It's going to follow Avengers Campus, or Avengers Infinity Defense. That'll finish, and then Coco, and then Tomorrowland. Right on the other side of that wall, you can hear it. They're working right on the other side of that wall for Coco. This isn't actually the Coco ride. This is going to be sort of the entrance into the the pathway into the Coco area. It's not a land. It's just a ride. Maybe like a little marigold bridge would be nice if we could do that. But right on the other side of that wall, I could see it through that crack. Excavator back there. These walls are almost done. They're almost down. This ride is just about ready to go. There's still no date, but I would not be surprised if by the time we got here, or by this end of the week. By the end of the week, we might see action here at Silly Symphony. 2:06. Not a lot of action here at Paradise Garden Grill. Nobody waiting. Nobody's ordering. Zero. There it is. It's already started. My God, did I call it? Wow. We've been talking about it in the construction reports the last 2 weeks, if you heard. I said they're gonna convert this men's and women's restrooms into one women's restroom, and then they're gonna tear this down, and they're gonna make it a ladies' room. If people are like, what? Or no, I'm sorry, men's room. That can't be right. Well, there you go. It's happening. Called it. Wall's so big, you gotta cut through the seating area out here to get out the other side. So that means obviously nothing for Halloween back here, no character meet and greets, no Plaza de la Familia happening at Paradise Garden this year. That can't be why Goofy Sky School is closed, because it's quiet. Like more quiet than it would be even if it were just a breakdown. Oh, they got cast out here though. There's 4, 5, 6 cast out here. Yeah, there is an engineer, I think, up on the ride vehicle, so maybe that's not, that wouldn't be the reason. But yeah, Goofy Sky School is still closed. Jumping Jellyfish fully operational. Look at that, there we go, Golden Zephyr. They're ready to fly. Sky high. Yeah, they're showing some real moxie up there, flying up there in these windy conditions. Little Mermaid all the way back there in the under the sea section. People are looking forward or taking advantage of the cold air conditioning in there. It's a great choice. That's still just a 15-20 minute wait tops. Now this I was not expecting. Up ahead, can you see those construction walls? I wonder what those are for. I can't remember what was there before. It was just a tree, I think, right? There was nothing there, right? I can't remember. What was even here prior to these construction walls? I have no recollection. I'm like Gandalf. I have no memory of this place. While there's also a little bit of construction going on here at Little Mermaid. Scrim and scaffold only. In fact, they've already removed some of the scrim because there was scrim over that canopy right there, the aqua canopy. There was scrim over there, or maybe it was behind it. Yeah, that scrim is still there. But most likely it's still just paint and polish, nothing with the ride, because obviously it's still open. People can still go in there. Although it looks uninviting, I'll say that. You know, you see these walls and you see the darkness, and it doesn't exactly welcome you in. But people are oh gosh, that feels good. You can already feel the air out here. Oh my gosh, if I wasn't on a clock right now, I'd be getting on Ariel's Undersea Adventure for sure. How was Grizzly River Run a 35-minute wait when we checked the tip order today? We're going to look into that. It does seem quite refreshing right now. I would love to be on Grizzly River Run right now. I would love to go from Little Mermaid AC to the fresh, cool water of Grizzly River Run. But we have a third option if you want to chill out. Because even though there's no water and there's no AC, Redwood Creek Challenge has lots and lots of trees, which are delightful. And this soon will become Villains Grove. Yes. Not long from now at all. It actually already is. They just haven't turned the lights on. But as we observed 2 weeks ago, they've got everything set up and ready to go. It is a go situation here when it's time for show. But you can already feel the temperature gets reduced in here because of all the shade that it creates, all the air that it generates, all the beauty in nature. It's refreshing, except there's no water again. There's still no water here. Oh, it's disappointing. I do love the running water here at Redwood Creek. And these signs are back. We observed these 4 weeks ago. These were up 4 weeks ago, then they weren't here 2 weeks ago, and now they're back. But these are actually for Oogie Boogie, for Villains Grove. But when it's not Villains Grove, they just flip them around, I think, or they put a projection up there. I'm not sure. No, they can't flip them around. No, they don't do that because the other side of this is the backside, the backside of sign. So they must put like an overlay on this or something. But this is going to be Alice. If I'm not mistaken, it's an Alice thing that they do here, if memory serves, because this is where they're painting the roses red. And this is the thing, I was looking at the footage from our very first Oogie Boogie Bash and our very first trip through Villains Grove. and the level of hype that I was feeling, like I didn't even know when we walked through Hunchback with the candles. At the time, I didn't even know that it was Hunchback, and I'm like, "What is guilty? What? It felt so dark and ominous, and I was so impressed with how much they were able to do with so little. Because it's just light. It's light and fog and sound, and that's it. There's really not much else going on there. It's just light and fog. It's some projections. And I remember being so just super, super impressed when Ian was with us, and he was like, it's all right. it's fine. I still, to this day, I'm still very impressed with Villains Grove, although they haven't done much with it, in the years since. It's the same show that it's been every year since then. But which is great, though. It is still good. Okay. It's really chill right here, you guys. Very cool. Ooh, they've got some scrim up here. Oh, that's right. I think they do a bit here for Villains Grove, don't they? I forget what it is, but it's closed off. I can't see what they're doing back there. But no, they don't. I don't remember them doing anything here, or do they? Do they maybe they come around, do a lap and go back up? Because you go up those steps. You go up those steps and come down this path before you hit the Snow White section. Huh. So is that a new element, perhaps, that I'm not going to get to see this year? Oh, no. And this is probably the second best part, is the Freaky Goes to Hollywood event that they do right here, or situation. I love this. Oh, you lucky bastards. How wonderful. What do we got? Still 35. Shocking. Shocking, you guys. Still 35. How is that possible? Single person in the park right now should be in the queue for Grizzly River Run. Seriously, though. Man, we were so close. We were so close. 2 weeks ago, man, we had all this full. Everybody was having a great time. Everybody wanted to go on a Grizzly River Run. And it ran all the way back to the office. And it's no less hot today than it was 2 weeks ago. We were so close. I just can't even process this. That's the office. The office is empty. So is this bridge right here. The bridge is empty. The guests are coming in and making a right turn and going down the ramp. That's not even 35 minutes, you guys. That's probably half that. I gotta do some recon here to figure that out, but this is just amazingly, wildly shocking. It's almost, what is it? It's 88 degrees out. Where is everyone? Why aren't you here? Are you all waiting for Friday? Is everybody waiting for Friday? Is this a locals thing where everybody's like, I'm not doing that? If I'm gonna go in the heat, I'm waiting until Friday? No, it's not the heat. It's not the heat. Oh man. I've been going around the park all day looking for crowds, and I find some here and there. That Toy Story got up to 65 minutes for a second. By the way, no left geyser, no right geyser, no geyser down the middle. This is now got to be 6 weeks running, I think, where the geysers have not worked. They had them working for about a week or two, and at best, nothing. But that's it, guys. They're getting in the queue right here. They're doing a little switchy back over there. They're coming down the roof, and then they're down the ramp. That's not even 35 minutes. There's no way. Fascinating. And you would think of all the attractions, this should be the one. People, for whatever reason, don't want to wait. It happens a lot, actually, when I'm here on hot days, and I'm always surprised by how not busy Grizzly River Run is, because you'd think this is what, Splash Mountain, you get way less wet on Splash Mountain than you do here. You get way more wet here, and it's way more refreshing than Splash Mountain is. Well, to be honest, yet that queue is an hour easy. Right now, we could go over there. It's probably 80 minutes. It just surprises me. Why don't people get in the queue from Grizzly? A study must be done. A study has to be done to find out why people don't get on Grizzly River Run, because it should be ridiculous. We were at Universal. It was about this hot at Universal, Florida, Orlando. And that Dudley Do-Right ride they have, I think it's Dudley Do-Right, at Islands of Adventure, same temperature. That queue was like 90 minutes or something. I remember thinking, I want to go on, but it's just ridiculously too long. But they won't get in the queue here. They won't get in the queue here at DCA, man. Looks like they're not really getting in the queue. I mean, they are back here, but it's very loose. Here we're at Soarin'. Most of the queue, the back of the queue is going to wind up being somewhere in there, but it looks like they either just grew it or it was longer before and it's starting to loosen up and people aren't getting in the queue here as well at Soarin'. And on a hot day when you would love to be inside Soarin', that's a 35-minute queue for Soarin'. Man, that's not busy, you guys. 35 minutes is not a long time, not for Soarin'. Soarin' used to be traditionally a 60-minute ride, always a 60-minute ride. And now that I've said that, it's looking like happy hour may have kicked in here at DCA. What time is it now? We're leaving this park at just shy of 3 o'clock, which is right about when folks start park hopping from Disneyland and they enjoy or come to enjoy some of the more party-like atmosphere at DCA. Happy hour. Got me thinking it's maybe time to do another happy hour video. Not the drinking around DCA video, but I used to do, or I've done a couple of happy hour videos where I come to DCA and arrive at like 4 or 5 o'clock and just vibe out with DCA, get a drink, go on a couple rides, that kind of thing, eat. Like the same thing you do at Disneyland, but it's just different. It's just different. So that's our show, you guys, we did it. Don't forget to check out our D23 coverage. We've got 3 videos, although probably the third one may or may not have been put out yet. We got a video for each day. And I'm hoping to upload the full presentation from the parks panel up on Tours Departing Daily, plus a recap of all the stories that happened on Fresh Baked Presents. We have 3 channels. This channel, Tours Departing Daily, and Fresh Baked Presents. There's a link in the description for all those. Check those out. Then, be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.